Seattle, Washington, home to renowned franchises present and past, from the Seahawks to the Supersonics. But there is a cornerstone program in this city. It is the Huskies of UW. They've always had a place here, a place of excellence that these fans hope will continue today. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see, the LSU Tigers taking on the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. He'll bring it out. It's Wells. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Here's the handoff. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. The Bayou Bengals have been able to put on an aerial circus in recent years, and the foundation, a running game.
Yeah, don't forget about the run game. That starts everything, right? Because if you can run it, you can throw it, you can create some bounds and keep defenses off guard. But I think LSU does a really good job of always establishing the run game first. Then they'll get to their playmakers and all the speed out wide.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Right back to the well. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road?
Running toward the tape. The 20. Touchdown, LSU. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the offense on first down. From the gun, to give, looking for room. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd down, going up top. Fires to the big fella. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in and week out, working on those critical down and distances, third downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
The Huskies have it with a 1st and 10. Quick release on the RPO. At the 45 on its way. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Really nice looking pinpoint throw there. And when I think back to Husky QBs, you think about Warren Moon, you think about Mark Brunell, the Heward brothers. What about Jake Browning? All made really good decisions. This guy, he's got a lot of arm talent, but he's also very smart.
The aerial assault continues. Fires left. He's got an open man. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They looked like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Unloads quickly. At the 20, he's got space. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time, it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
It's a draw. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I'll tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
And he tacks on the extra point. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. Will run the offense out onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
It's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He's looking to throw. And he gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. And how about this guy upholding that linebacker tradition of a Shaq Thompson or a Mason Foster?
And you think about those guys that can do a little bit of everything. They can play their run and be physical, but they have the athletic ability to play in coverage. Just versatile defenders.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, he's off to an awesome start this season. Had a sack in the last game, gets his first sack right now. I think he has a chance to be a huge focal point in this defense moving forward. But let's just worry about what's happening now. This offense has to find a way to slow him down.
So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Line gets set, first down. Leaves it with the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll give it to the back. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. That purple wave getting things going on the ground now.
And such a great fan base in the Pacific Northwest. Washington fans believe in their team. They're loud, and I tell you what, when they got a ground game they can depend on, a physical ground game, it sets the table for everything they want to do offensively.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He slings it deep to the left. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Husky!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia State is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Memphis. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The give to the back. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They'll run it from the gun. Good surge up front, giving 4 out to the 18.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You've got to keep defenses off balance.
The option look. The pitch. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with it. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line. They'll have it 1st and 10.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. First down here for the offense. Quarterback checking off. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Washington 14, LSU 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Turns it loose. And it's caught inside the 30. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And the Huskies are on the move. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Oh, the attempt is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
He steps out of bounds at the 42. And that's a first down.
New set of downs after that completion. Power football with the run. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wide receiver shows motion. The give to the tailback. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so 3rd down becomes an easier down. It's not 3rd and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
Got it, looking for the first down. At the 35, he's loose. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Tigers.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They'll go back to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Second down coming up.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Offense facing 4th down.
And it comes as absolutely no surprise. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th and inches. Try to get it on the ground. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
Nice job by the defense on 4th.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play with the officials on the field. We're right, and the play will stand. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Quick pass on the fly motion. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Quickly complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
Great job by the defense here, rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quickly and get this guy on the ground. He is fast.
LSU lining up 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. South Carolina has the lead right now, but this Williams-Brice crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 10 over the Pandas. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the...
Oh, and he gets downfield with the big catch. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the 1st half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. And they've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Feeling some heat. He's going to run it. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy, because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Moves away as he feels pressure. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally. It's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. He's going to fire deep. And he intercepts it. Takes it the other way. He's inside the 40. Past the 20. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Tigers. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Going up top on first down. Moving away from pressure. Across the 25, he's got room. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Comes out throwing on first down. He rifles one deep down the right side. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offense.
Oh, picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
And the incompletion brings up a second down. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Man, oh man, what a day. His third touchdown rushing, showing you he's got a little bit of everything, and padding those stats. And all you fantasy football guys, if you have my man at running back, it's a good day.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Washington, 14.
And he's going to run it back. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
Leaves it with the running back. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
They'll try the run. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. Movement here from the tight end. Toss to the outside. Smashes through. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He'll take it on the return. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. It's caught. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
It's a really good-looking throw right there, and that was a tight spiral, too. You guys remember the great Washington Husky quarterback, Warren Moon? I don't think anybody threw a more pretty ball than Warren Moon did. Tightest spiral I've ever seen. That right there reminded me of old number 1.
Throws toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Oh, what a missed opportunity for that interception. Yes, I know he gets the pass breakup, but he had a chance to finish things off, and he really didn't get it done. But there's a reason he plays defense. You know, they put the guys on offense that can actually catch.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. They'll go to the counter. Shows him the stiff arm. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
They go to the draw. They'll mark him down right there, and that'll be enough for a Washington first down.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. They'll run the option. Got enough space, and he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Huskies.
And I would use this as a part of my offense, too. When I got a guy like this, I can do the design quarterback runs with, and he can make 10 yards look like it's nothing. I mean, just chews up dirt quickly and gets in the end zone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Buffalo needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Western New York behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by just 4 to Army. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Paulo, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Here comes the option. Now the toss. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line.
Pound it, pound it, pound it. I might not have that pretty run-pass ratio of 50-50, but if I can run the football like this consistently, if you're not going to do anything about it, you want to be a great offensive coordinator, keep calling the run.
They've been running it, but now the pass. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
And the Tigers with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Looking left. Wide open downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
On second down, he'll fire. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, LSU!
What a throw by the QB. You think about it, you don't have much space near the sideline, and he put that thing right on the outside of the sideline where his receiver could go make a play. Not only does he make the play, I'm pretty sure he got a foot in bounds, and that's a great touchdown catch. What a playmaker.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Washington, 21.
Bringing it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This should be the last play of the quarter. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll throw it on first down. And the pass is incomplete. It's the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming.
At the end of the third quarter of play, with the score, LSU 42, Washington 21.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Release to the back. This time he's got it. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
They'll leave it with him. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. He's going to pass. He's got his man. They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
And I love working the slot receivers, and you see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
Finds his tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
This defense is flying around with bad intentions. How about the stick the defender just laid on the tight end?
Washington coming to the line with another first down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. offense gets set for second down. They're going to throw it again. Makes the catch. It's Kamara.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll try to get it through the air. Looking for a deep man. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that 4th down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy is not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
The Huskies want to crank the tempo.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Pressure coming. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Connection to the right. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Running back searching for a hole. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the run. Touchdown, Washington! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. Lining up to add another. Right down the boulevard. So they played keep away and held it for 16 plays on the scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Huskies. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return.
How fast did this game just change? Offense in the lead with the football looking great. Defense makes the big play. We've got ourselves a ball game now.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Georgia State is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. They're trailing by 11 to Memphis. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Okay, Justin, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the first down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that one first down ends this football game.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Going downfield for the big play. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Oh, look out. There he goes. Touchdown, LSU. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. The kickoff team out there getting set. And here's the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback.
And the ball slipped out. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. An offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. On second down, wants to throw. He wants a big play here late. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Looking to throw for it. Trying to get to it. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. And that was like the quarterback was just caught in a slow-moving vice, and eventually it squeezed him.
And listen, I like the call. I like to be aggressive. I know I can go for it on 4th down because we're going to do that anyways. It's just what we do. It's really fun, and I get to score more points when I get to do it. But
and he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done that.
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Well, and you don't want to make it interesting, right? You got a 2-possession lead. You want to go out there and take care of the football, cough it up. The coaches are going to be very, very ticked off. The defense now, they'll make them earn it all the way down the field. Let that clock run out.
Trying to get behind the defense. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some 1st downs and march down the field.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Makes a connection. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback adapting. He fires it out to the right. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
Yeah, and I tell you what, a lot of times you roll your quarterback to the right or to the left, and in this case, the right, and you're trying to get him outside the pocket to buy him a little bit of time, get him off that spot, take some deep shots, and he missed, but it was a nice shot down the field.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Washington wants to go quickly. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Dumps it to the back. Complete. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. From the gun, wants to pass. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. They want to throw it. It's incomplete as the two-pointer fails, and I guess unless they were concerned about game